Hello everyone, how are you? Today I want to share with you how to make this cool Santa stitch. I call this stitch cool Santa stitch because these little Santas have sunglasses on, and it's a fun way to make a festive scarf for men, women, children, old kids, young at heart, anyone. Or you can choose to make a tie if you choose DK yarn, for example. That's an idea. This is DK yarn, and this is iron weight 4 yarn. This is weight 3 yarn. In the last video, I've showed you how to make this scarf, and this stitch I call a cool Santa reindeer stitch because it's a reindeer with a Santa hat and Santa beard. It's a scarf, and if you want to make a scarf with the Santa stitch, you would need to chain the same amount, which was, so if you chain 188, you will get a scarf that is about 73 inches long, and this stitch is a multiple of 3 plus 1 plus 1. So let's take a look at what stitches we have here. This is a single crochet, this is granny stitch, this is single crochet, this is single crochet, and actually this is not a double crochet 5 together as I would normally use for a bobble, but double crochet 4 together, then single crochet, then chain ones, and single crochet, then single crochet, single crochet. This is a double crochet 3 together cluster, and single crochets in between. This is a double crochet 5 together bubble and granny stitch. So for this example I used Lion Brand Vanna's Choice, and this is silver, blue, white, I think this is pink, black, and scarlet. This is just Stylecraft special DK colors that I found at home, but today I thought I would use maybe a darker blue, such as colonial blue, for this swatch I want to make with you today. So we start with blue and chain a multiple of 3 plus 1 plus 1. So I'm going to choose to make 17. And I'm going to show you how to change color between rounds so that you have no tails to weave in at the end. So how to change color without tails. So after you made your base chain, the first row is you skip the first chain and you single crochet in the next chain and in every stitch. When you make the last stitch, pull up the loop and don't complete the stitch yet because we're going to change color here. So we're going to use magic knot. So leave a tail that you can work with, and the next color is white, so take white and make a simple knot around the tail where the yarn just ended, and first make it quite loose and so that you can move it along the tail and move it to the base of the tail right next to the hook, and tighten it as much as you can because this is thicker yarn. With thinner yarn it's easier, it slides a bit easier. So put all the strength into it. Then make a simple knot around the long end of the new color and position it right next to the first knot and tighten it really tight. And now You're ready. While holding your hook, you're ready to pull by the long end of the new color, and your hook is holding the long end of the old color. So pull. This is your magic knot. Pull as tight as you can. And now you're ready to cut the tails. And complete your row by pulling up the last loop. So the next row is granny stitch. So we chain 3, turn and double crochet in the same stitch. We skip 2 and make 3 double crochets in the next stitch. And repeat. Skip 2, 3 double crochets in the next stitch. And when you come to the end of the row, skip 2 and make 2 double crochets in the last stitch. Row 3 is we chain 1 and we turn and single crochet in the same stitch and in every stitch. Make a single crochet in the last stitch and a single crochet to the top of chain 3 and pull up a loop, and don't complete the stitch yet because we're changing color to the Santa's face color. We complete the last stitch and next row begins, so row 4 begins with chain 1, turn and single crochet in the same stitch and front loop. So now we're going to make single crochet front loop only in the next stitch 2 times, front loop only, single crochet again, and we've arrived to the middle of the granny stitch. That's where we want to put the nose. So the nose is double crochet 4 together, so yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch and partially complete 4 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and now yarn over and pull through all loops and repeat. Single crochet front loop only in the next stitch twice and a double crochet 4 together in the next stitch. So at the end of the row, make a chain 1 in the last stitch. Now chain 1, turn and single crochet in the same stitch and in every stitch. We're changing color in the last stitch, so pull up so you have 2 loops on the hook and change color to black. The next row is where we begin the sunglasses. So we chain 1, we turn and single crochet in the same stitch and the next stitch, then chain 1, skip 1 and single crochet in the next stitch 2 times, chain 1, skip 1 and repeat, single crochet in the next stitch 2 times. We end the row with single crochet in the last stitch. We're changing color again, but we want the knot to sit at the back of the Santas, so we bring the black yarn towards us where the wrong side of the work is, and we're inserting the hook from back to front in respective to us, but in respect of the work we insert the hook front to back and pull up 1 loop, so you have 2 loops on the hook, and now change color and your knot will be positioned at the back of the work. The next row will begin with chaining 1 and turning and single crochet in the same stitch and single crochet in the chain 1 space and single crochet back loop only in the next stitch twice, and this is how we make the sunglasses, and single crochet in the chain 1 space and repeat single crochet back loop only in the next stitch 2 times. It's really nice to sometimes work in the back loop only, especially when it creates such a beautiful cartoony effect. So at the end of the row, just single crochet back loop only in the last 2 stitches, chain 1, turn, single crochet in the same stitch and in every stitch. So at the end of the row, we know that we'll need to change color to red. So again, bring the yarn forward and insert the hook from back to front and into the last stitch, and only then yarn over and pull through that one loop, and now you can change color to red. Row 9, we chain 3, turn and double crochet in the same stitch, we skip 1 and we make a double crochet 3 together, back loop only over the next 3 stitches. So back loop, partially complete your first double crochet, yarn over, back loop to the next stitch, partially complete your second double crochet, and yarn over and back loop and partially complete your third double crochet and yarn over, pull through all loops. This is your hat forming. Now chain 2 and repeat, but without skipping. So repeat from here after you've skipped. So double crochet 3 together over the next 3 stitches and then chain 2. So to complete the row, you've chained 2 after your last double crochet 3 together cluster. Then we skip 1 stitch and we simply make a double crochet in the last stitch, but we're also changing color to white. So stop when you have the last 2 loops on a hook and change color. Row 10 begins with chain 1, turning and single crochet in the same stitch, and we're making a pom-pom. So we make a bobble, which is double crochet 5 together in the chain 2 space, and single crochet in the next 2 stitches, but to the top of Santa's hat. So don't forget this one. There's only 2 stitches at the top of Santa's hat. So single crochet into those 2 stitches and repeat. Make a bobble again in the chain 2 space and single crochet in these 2 stitches. So when it comes to the last 2 red clusters, we're not making a pom-pom in between. We're simply single crocheting in the last stitch and to the top of chain 3, and we're changing color here, so we're to the blue. So we're bringing the yarn forward because this is the back of the work, and inserting the hook back to front and pulling up a loop, and now you can change color to blue, your last round. So row 11 is we chain 3, double crochet in the same stitch, and then make a 3 double crochet cluster, a granny stitch, in the space between the first 2 red clusters. We're covering up the unsightly bits with some blue background, and then make another granny stitch into the space between 2 red clusters in the next space, but after the pom-pom. And at the end of the row, don't make a granny cluster after the last pom-pom, but rather make 2 double crochet in the last stitch, and fast enough. So this is your little sample. You have the same amount of stitches, you have the same kind of granny clusters at the bottom and at the top, and this is what this this no tails method looks like. You don't need to weave in any tails between the color changes, just the ones you start and end with. And same here, you can see some knots, but you know, if you make a scarf, for example, you can make a ribbing just like in this cool Santa reindeer stitch scarf. I made ribbing at the end, and it looks like this, and there was no tails between color changes for me to weave in. And if you want to know how to make the ribbing, watch this video where I made the scarf. It's very easy. You just join your yarn and make double crochet in every short row where there were single crochets, and two double crochet posts in every row where you had double crochets, which is a taller row, so you need more posts to fill in the gaps. And that was the simple principle. So you make a row of double crochets, and then the next row is front post and back post double crochets to create this ribbing. So I hope you enjoyed this new stitch in this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.